Hey, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to take you to work with me for a couple of days so that you can get to see all the interesting things that I've been up to. I'll share some things that I learned as well as how I feel about my new job and even some of the hardest moments this week. I'm an intern doctor, and so there's going to be a lot that I definitely can't show, but that's okay. As the days go by, I'm getting better at some of the procedures, and I feel so proud of myself. Like, honestly, so grateful for the help that I get along the way. But it's not all good feels. Some days I really struggle with like imposter syndrome, and that's something I hope to talk about soon. I'm still figuring this whole thing out, and you get the chance to figure it out with me. So, yeah. It's a new day, it's a new week, and I have a different approach this week. So, also for lunch, this is what I'm taking today is rice. Rice, veggies, and curry. Yeah, and I don't really like drinking juice, but my mommy got me these sparkling waters. They're actually really nice, and they're not too sweet. So. Yeah. And then my water. And by the time I get to work, this is already fully melted out, which is crazy. That's how hot my pen is. Instead of just walking around with my bare hands, I'm going to take my folder with me because a lot of days, like, I waste a lot of my time walking around trying to find forms, trying to drop off forms. And so if I could I'm just gonna put all of them in this, like all the ECG forms, all the echo forms, all the lab forms, all the chest x-ray forms, so that I can always have it on me and it will save me time. So that's what I plan to do. Today I didn't leave out my usual time, which is like 6:40, because I wanted to just spend more time with myself. I have not prayed in so long, so I sat down, I prayed, I wrote up my affirmations for the week, I journaled, I did my hair, I shot this video and like how I style my hair. So yeah, it's crazy how much like 30 minutes, like what you can do in 30 minutes. So yeah, and I'm going to change up my bag charm. So this is what I have on my bag right now. I usually wear this on myself, and I usually have this on. Not sure if you can see it, but this is my pouch. I keep like my camera stuff, and Julie actually got me this keychain that says Dr. Fairy. I love it so much, and yeah, so I'm gonna wear that on my bag this week. So to put this side, right? So my phone is connected to my light bulb, so I hope it doesn't like ring loud. I feel so pretty. Yeah. Rav.
Hello? Yeah?
You still there home?
Yeah.
You can leave out with
Alright, yes.
you? Yeah. Alright. Whew. Yeah, you heard that because as I said, it was connected to my light bulb. My neighbors can probably hear my conversations. And I'm bringing this today. I have a whole pack of tourniquets and I keep using the gloves. I hate wasting stuff. So I brought this and I'm going to put the IV accesses in here today because that's our next thing that made me walk around enough. So my day starts off just about the same. I would go to the lab, which I already did. I would put my food in the fridge and then I would try and find a computer, right? And also go through some of the labs that I collected just to see if there's any blood results that came back from my set of patients. Then Steven walked in. I don't think he realized. And honestly, sometimes when I make these videos, I forget the phone. Like, when I come back, I think this same video is like 7 minutes, which is crazy. Sometimes we just get caught up in the work and then I forget that I'm filming. Yeah, we usually talk about what we plan to do today, like, or over the, every day, and who's gonna do what. I think at this point he was heading up the to-do book for us. Yeah, which I really appreciate. We're getting faster, and I just love working with my team. I think I was blessed enough to have a pretty good team and really nice and patient seniors. They've really helped me a lot. Honestly, I couldn't do this without them. And after I sort out the to-do with Steven and we kind of split up the task, I've tried to find a next computer, because sometimes when you leave the computer too long, somebody comes and they log you out, and so I had to log into a next computer, and I sit down and I do my own little rounds, right? I don't really add anything yet, because I usually go through the patients one by one with my resident, but I open their file and I read the admission notes just to familiarize myself, and then the progress. And I ask myself this every day: okay, why are they still here? What medications are they on? Are they getting all their medications? I check their vitals to see if it correlates, as well as them labs. If it's been 3 days, then I'll just write down in the to-do book to-do labs, because I know that they're going to ask me for labs. So I would write that up. And either Steven or I would give the phlebotomist so that she could take off labs. And she usually comes around 8:30. And my resident comes off. She comes early as well, but she'll come on the ward around that time as well. So when the phlebotomist is taking off blood, then we're having ward round, so I don't have to be up and down trying to find the forms and trying to rush to give her stuff. Yeah, and this is where we keep our results, basically. So we're having ward rounds with our resident, with my resident, and I was just looking at the to-do list and adding the things that she told me to the actual book, because sometimes she may say something and I would catch most of it, but then when I look back I realize I didn't write down one thing. And I really want to be the type of intern that's thorough. I don't want to miss out nothing. So I try my best to catch on faster as the days go by, because I just want to be the best at whatever I'm doing. Best in terms of not comparing myself to somebody else, but best for myself. I want to keep getting better. I want to be the best doctor that I can be, if this is what I'm truly going to do. Yeah. Which I made up my mind that I'm gonna be dedicated. Then it was my favorite time of the day, lunchtime, and my lunch was all jumbled up because of the taxi man, because I taxi. But Doc gave us all cookies so that we could have energy to get through the day. And then I followed the other doctor to the lab because he was showing me how to request blood for a patient. So when I was looking at these machines, I kind of had flashbacks, because my mom, she worked in a lab, and so there are always machines like this, and they would make the noises, and I can even hear them in my head right now when I look at them. So it's kind of nostalgic. Yeah. So I just got my duty roster for the week, and I'll be working on Friday night. but I have to do what I have to do. It's such a hot day, like it's crazy actually. Like I feel like I'm getting better, but then sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't think I'm doing enough. So there's just a lot of imposter syndrome right now. But I just know I'm doing my best, and yeah. Today, I think I probably would have mentioned it that I took lunch early. So, yeah, I was smart with it. So far, I've taken lunch every day, and I'm proud of myself for that because some of my other colleagues don't eat lunch, so it's a blessing, I guess. But I do feel guilty when I eat it. But then I'm like, why I feel guilty for eating lunch? Like, it's lunch. Why do I feel guilty? I don't know. But yeah, I'm waiting. I'm going to do a blood and urine culture now. So I'm going to show you some of the things that we use for our blood culture. So first I have the Saniquad or betadine. Then I have my broth solution. That's what I'll be putting the blood in. I have my urine cup, sterile urine cup for the urine culture, and I have 2 syringes. 2 because in case, I don't get on the first try, I can try again. And I have like about 4 needles just in case, as well as a gauze. I also have a regular gloves as well as a sterile gloves, because it's a sterile procedure. So yeah, I love blood cultures because I don't know, I kind of like going femoral. That's the route that I prefer and that I'm best at. So yeah. And then I got the blood sample. I usually put about 7 to 10 mils in the broth, and then for the urine culture, I was just waiting on it. Yeah, so I could send it down to the lab. So this is day 2, a Tuesday morning. As I said, my routine is the same every day. We're at the part where I'm putting my lunch in the fridge. Yeah, and I was talking to one of the ladies that I think she cleans the word. She's so sweet. Yesterday she was troubling me because, as I said, like I feel guilty eating, but I don't know why I feel so guilty. And she's just like, "Doc, you're on your head and I eat." Why? She tell me, she was basically saying that I shouldn't be afraid. Like, why am I afraid to eat when I need to eat? I'm never met a doctor tell me otherwise. But yeah, I brought my fan today. My cute. Oh, I need to charge it right now. Actually, yeah, I brought my fan because it's hot in Maple. Like actually burning. To be honest, I don't know. If you've been watching me for a while, you'd realize my passions in life. Like, it's quite obvious, but medicine has never been the top of that, to be very honest. But I find myself enjoying work. Like, obviously, while I'm doing it, it's not that fun. When I go home, I realized, wow, the day wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Or, I could do this again. I don't know what that says about me and, my relationship with medicine. But at this time, I was supposed to do a potassium cocktail. And so my resident was just running through what I needed to do. But I already knew, but still make sure to tell me because, hello, it's like revision. Even though I know some things, if them still got explain to me, I'll take the explanation. Because some people do things differently, and I want to make sure that what I have in my head is the real deal. Yeah, so I'm just so happy that I learned these things on internal medicine in Mandeville. The consultant there, Dr. Rose. Oh my gosh, that lady, I got a forever bigger up because she taught me everything that I know from medicine, internal medicine. I kid you not. Yeah. I don't remember what I was doing here. Oh no, I was making a call to the operator to be transferred to a different department. I'm there, customer care. and then I went down to the x-ray department to collect the results of like x-rays that I requested for patients the day before. Yeah. Yeah, me too say that job here enough walking up and down. Like I rarely sit. I have to like remind myself, or like my other colleagues would see me and they're like sick, what was sit down now? Like, or no doc, take a time out or something. Yeah. That's something I need to remind myself to take a time out sometimes. Like I'll just keep going from the morning start till when I leave the hospital. But yeah. That same lady that I was telling you that I was talking to in the lunchroom, she also sells little snacks and so I support her side hustle. So I bought a donut from her, even though I don't really like sweets. And then Dr. Mercy, the intern on my ward as well, the same ward, she was giving me a tour because I never got a tour when I got here. I got here a 1 month after everybody else, and so everybody always busy. So I really appreciate the fact that she take time out for show me around. Like that was wow, I don't even know if I said that. I'm just really grateful basically.
There's some beds in this area. Yeah, and it's very cool. Hey, this is Ali.
At this time, the SHO on our ward, he was going to show us how to process ABG. So he showed us how to do it, and now he's taking us into the operating theater so that we can actually see how it is processed on the machine in there. So it's really interesting. The first time I've ever seen it. Yeah, so we had to keep the sample on ice. Yeah, so we got heparin, just a little bit of heparin, and we got 2 3 ml syringes, and we took, I don't remember how much he took, to be honest, of blood, and we put that in the hazard bag on ice or like cold water, and we brought it to this machine so that the machine would read it for us. Yeah, so it print out the values of the pH, the bicarb, etc. And so this basically will, well, after we read it will tell us if the patient is in respiratory alkalosis, acidosis, metabolic acidosis, or etc. ABGs is one of those topics that's on my homework list for tonight, to be honest. So I'm going to have to review it because I do not remember how to do the calculations.
You're preserving the sample.
So it doesn't coagulate.
No, so it doesn't lose potency.
You see how they make me leave last again? Today wasn't bad. I got out of my bad mood. And it's after 4, and we just did the ABG, which was very interesting because I've only seen it. Have I ever seen it? At Mandeville, let me turn this down. Where's I go up? At Mandeville, at Mandeville, Dr. Blackwood taught us, but then we never actually see it being done in real life. She was just demonstrating it. So to actually see it, yeah, that was kind of cool, to be honest. The doctor, the other intern I work with, Dr. Mercy, like she's so dedicated. She makes the work interesting because you know how some people that be like, they would have said to-do list and there's one thing on the list left to do, and they probably said tomorrow. She's like, all right, let's get it done right now. Let's do this. If there's anything else that come up, she's not gonna put it off till tomorrow. So yeah, and some things when I look at it, I'm just like, we can't just do this tomorrow. But for her, she's like, all right, we have to do it now. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. And sometimes it's nice to have people like that in your corner because it tell you if you not get lazy. Like kind of keep you busy, keep it dedicated. Yeah. All right. So before going to bed, I decided to go through a couple of medicine lab questions. I've had this book for like a year now. I told Julie to print it for me, and it's really good because it has the explanation. So I like cover up the answers and then I try to answer them and then I read the explanation. Comes in handy. And I also have this book that I took from Mandeville Hospital because nobody was using it anyway. Nobody never won the book. So it's a book about heart attacks and it's from like the patient's point of view, which is really interesting. So I tried to read at least 2 pages per night. Yeah. And then for the next morning, I woke up really early and I was journaling and then I prayed and then I washed. Yeah. Some days like I go early and then some days like today I left with Rav because sometimes I just need the extra time to myself. Yeah, I know I have enough to do a daytime, but like mental health, like I know myself best and I'm trying to take care of myself. If me can't take care of myself, how am I gonna take care of other people, right? So this morning when I was coming, a mango fell off the tree and so I have it today. But I'm not gonna eat it here. I'm gonna go home and like when I'm making my shakes in the morning, I'm gonna put it in there for tomorrow's smoothie. I was doing like my surgery rotation and fluid and nutrition was a big topic. I just never grasped it to be honest. Like I never did and I never pressured myself to, but my SHO he taught me how today, so at least I know. Honestly, this fun is so good. I think I'm heat rush though. To be honest, I like following my patients to the CT when I doing CT because the room is just quiet and it has AC and that's probably like the only time during the day where I get to actually sit down in a quiet room with the AC and just think. So I like it. I do. Yeah, so this is CT machine. It's very interesting. I don't really know how it works, but I like watching. Yeah. So right before they start, I always like head out of the room and just sit down in the city chair and stare out into the hallways. Yeah, and when I was leaving, I saw inside of an ambulance for the first time. Looked quite different than what I was expecting, but Hey, so I left work and today was a bit different than the other days because I didn't go early and when my resident came I didn't see any of the patients. She came around like 10. I didn't see not one patient because there are things that in the to-do book there's things that they say, okay, today this is what we're going to do, and there's things that they say, oh, tomorrow you should do this, and lots of those things are time sensitive, like a formal urinalysis, right? So when I came this morning, I was trying to get those off. Who no want pee, who this, who that. I may have to sit down and wait for them. I need to take time and like I need to send it off to the lab by 10 o'clock. Go and come around the bloods, who need IV access, who may have to write up with the lab them for the phlebotomist, try to figure out who might need blood. I don't know because my resident didn't come as yet, so I have to kind of like I try to predict the future, and so me just write up who me think would I need it and give the phlebotomist. And then what else was I doing? Just to try get out the ECG, then the X-ray, like everything I'm supposed to do, like call for get the patient to go down to CT, from early. So there's a lot of other things that I needed to do that I was doing. And so I didn't quite get to see my patients as yet. And so when she came, she was a bit disappointed. She didn't say she was, but I can't pick up on people energy. And I felt bad because I'm like, oh my gosh, like this, everything, yeah. I mean, it's my job to see them, but then it's also my job to get the work done. And sometimes like the lab works don't come back and say to her, we can't find this a result here. So I don't know what to write for my plan. I literally don't know. And like some little things like that I don't know, like if them pressure high or if them sugar too high, or like sometimes the nurses don't administer the medication, so I don't know. I couldn't raise it because they never get the medication in the first place. But the hardest part about my week was definitely like yesterday a patient relative came and then she kind of cussed. She wasn't cussing me because I was trying my best, but I felt bad because that's something that, like, if you work in the healthcare system, you would know, especially in Jamaica, like, it's very hard. There's something that I noticed, and it's that, yes, the doctors will see the patients, yeah, but then we're so busy throughout the day trying to get the to-do list done that, I mean, I realized that when the patient relative do come, it's like we're so flustered, we don't know what to tell them. Say sometime, or like sometimes I don't feel even feel patient. People come and I ask with questions but we don't know what to say. I wish there was someone assigned to just updating relatives, or like a set day that they can come to get that done, because it kind of throw you off. Like in my head, and because I have ADHD as well, I would say I'm supposed to bring to do a urinalysis, right, or a urine culture. I'm walking over to the patient to do the urine culture, then somebody come, doc, can you cite this IV? Doc, can you do that? A patient relative come up, my mom in here for 1 week. It's just an example. How many here? I just want to do the damn urine test and get on with my day. And then like as me I walk, one bag of things that happen, I try to keep focused. I'm just like, no, like there's a lot of side quests that I just can't bother with. So tomorrow I go early. I not bother go to do tomorrow because me need to just see my patient them. I gotta see them real quick and hide around the side room and type up them docket, because if me not do that, then it not get done. It not gonna get done, and it's a waste of time. I'm gonna stay there till 6 o'clock, which I don't want. I don't like staying like late because you know I can't get the work done before then. It's just one bag of other something. Today, right as I was about to leave, the lab called me because they're like, oh, you need to change your pen because your pen. I get that. It's understandable. But couldn't you just tell me on the phone? Like, you had to call me down there to show me. Like, it's fine. I would believe you if you tell me. You get me? So my walk go down this for that, and then when my walk come back up, then nurse want me to. I'm gonna just say, you know, me just discharge some people. I'm gonna just say, I'm gonna go on my bed, go home, because it's never ending. It's literally never ending. And for somebody that has anxiety, or like when I go home and then I want to talk to my boyfriend, like get on, well, sometimes I don't even want to talk to nobody. We'll get home and then he would call me right after, and then I want to talk to him, but probably not like right immediately. And then I feel guilty because my social battery drain. So like by the time him call me, I'm just like, I don't want to talk, or I just would prefer if he just keeps talking, but that's not really a conversation. I don't know. There's so much, yeah. So I'm here now. I'm gonna eat something and then I'm gonna go over some multiple choice questions, some CAMC, well, plab questions. So yeah, that's just a little update. But I'll see you in a couple of days with a new video. Probably not like a week in my life, but something else that's very exciting. All right. But later.